Hello everyone, this is Amanda McGuire and this is my week 4 discussion board for MPA 580. For this week's discussion, I'm going to be talking about an ethical issue that may occur in my line of work, particularly working for a regional center. So in this case, a coworker of mine approves a individual as a new service provider to develop a residential facility who is not qualified, but they're helping them get through despite that because they're a family member. In this situation, the stakeholders involved are the individuals with developmental disabilities who would potentially reside in the home and could be put at risk by living with somebody who does not have the proper qualifications to care for them. The families of the individuals who are putting their trust in Regional Center and placing their loved ones in a qualified person's care, and our funding sources. Should an incident occur in this situation that puts the individuals at risk in any way, shape, or form, whether it be abuse or neglect, at fault or not of the provider, then our funding sources, particularly the state and federal funding, could be pulled, knowing that we were held liable by approving this individual to start a service. Now, in determining my duty in this situation, being that I am a part of resource development, the unit at Regional Center, it is my duty to uphold Title 17. And in this case, Title 17 is what drives whether or not an individual is considered qualified to run a home. So I have the option of upholding my duty by speaking up about the situation to a superior. The other option would be to provide technical assistance to the new provider to teach them what they need to know in order to move forward as a provider to help them become qualified. Or the other side of my duty in this matter is the industry standard. The state of California has Title 17, and then we also have the Letterman Act. The Letterman Act was put in place in 1966 to protect individuals with developmental disabilities and to make sure that they have rights to the same level of care as anyone else. And in this case, if they're being given a provider that is not qualified, then we would need to stay true to the Letterman Act, and it would be my duty to report the issue to a higher up, even as high up as the state. Now, analyzing the situation from an ethical approach, we start with virtue theory. Virtue theory would be approaching the situation from a character-based approach, being that it is my character on the line here. Would I approach this by being honest about the situation and reporting the issue? Would I have compassion for the people that are trying to become providers and try to understand things more clearly and offer them the opportunity to learn? Or would I be compassionate to those that they would be cared for and prevent them from moving forward? There's also the idea of fairness. Is it fair to let these people through that are not qualified when another qualified candidate could come forward and be an excellent service provider? Or is it fair to let them come forward and provide them with training and assistance so that they could be qualified? And in the end, I also need to be honorable and honor my position of authority in this situation, where it is my job to ensure that these individual lives are protected and that they are only given care by those that are qualified to provide it. Then there's also the other option of the principle-based approach. In this case, the principle-based approach is the idea that everyone is able to have minimal and equal protection and rights. Everyone should have the same opportunity. So in this case, would it then be fair to give an unqualified individual the opportunity if they are given technical assistance to help make them qualified, as I said? Or if this is done, what about the rights of those being served? And the idea of do no harm wouldn't be putting them in the care of these individuals, be potentially putting them in a place of possible harm. If, even with technical assistance, is there really a guarantee that this unqualified person has the right intention? Or are they just trying to make money by, oh, hey, I have a house and I want to put people in it so I can make money? Then there's the third option of Kant's categorical imperatives. Kant said that commands must be followed regardless of wants. So in this situation, it would be imperative that regulation is upheld and the protection of these individuals is upheld over giving opportunity to an unqualified party, as the commands based on Title 17 and the Lanterman Act require that these individuals be qualified in order to be created as service providers. So in this case, regardless of the want to assist these people and to help them become qualified, it would not be okay because it wouldn't follow the command. So all of that put together, my approach to the situation would be a kind of combined approach, both using the principle-based approach as well as virtue theory. So I would want to uphold Title 17 and the Lanterman Act by making sure that our individuals are not put in the care of somebody who is not qualified to take care of them. However, I would want to be fair to these people and offer technical assistance to get them to the point where they are qualified, maybe come up with a test of some kind before an individual is even placed in their home. And that's all I have for this week. Thank you very much.